performanceadapters.com. I actually called the guy. It was yesterday, Friday. Answered automatically. I was thinking wrong, okay? Now, I don't have this all bolted together. I'm not going to do that until we get the motor all the way out. Got a real start on everything. You know, same as before. I had to get some tick spray. I'm a little bothered with the ticks. It's cooling down. It feels real nice. I'd like to get in on it this morning, but man, I had to pick ticks off of me all afternoon. But that adapter is absolutely perfect. Look at the gap on that all the way around. It needs bolts in it. But there is the piece. Now, I was out here the other night and I checked it with this torque converter we got. I held it up there. I thought, well, it's pretty much the same size. I didn't know what he was doing there. I was like, I don't know. How's that going to work with the factory starter, all this and that? Now, if you center that, it's about a whole hole off of that torque converter. So, I don't have the motor out yet, and I will here in the next day or so. But if that's right, and I'm pretty sure it's perfect. Once you get that bolted up, you know, that disc right there is going to bolt up to our factory torque converter. I was calling around seeing what a torque converter was. I called him back. I was like, man, I don't know if I need a torque converter or do I got to have that long starter? Because he said he would try to make it work with the factory starter. That's factory stuff. Other than the three pieces. This will probably fall off. Yep. The three pieces that he made. On CAD. You know, everybody said, you know, they kind of make fun of CAD. Call it cardboard, whatever. That's not cardboard fabrication, Bubby. That's about as beautiful as you could ever want something. You know, could I do something like that? No. I'll be honest with you. One of those machines that does that, I think they pay like $1 million or $5 million for a machine that can do something like that. When I say it's perfect, I'm absolutely talking that it's perfect. That is absolutely perfect. You line those holes up, then it's off-centered to take these holes. Performance adapters. It ain't gonna be lined up perfect. But it's got holes for this disc, and it's got the holes that go into the crank. And then, you know, it's adapted to a 4L60E. Like I say, if you need anything as far as like swapping to make something happen, I called the guy on the phone. I got this. I need to go to that. I like to have factory parts on it. You know, something to bolt up to the torque converter. Something that can start with a factory starter. I got you, Bubby. Tell him old James Howard sent you. Ski, baby. Now, I'm telling you, that is absolutely beautiful. And the way everything's fitting up, I have no doubt that it will go and bolt straight up to our transmission. You start that motor and that transmission will pull. Let's just say it. It's going to work. I'm really happy with that. And they make a lot of stuff for that motor. You know, they got turbo kits, blower. You can bolt a blower right on that thing with their whole little thing and make it work. They even make like a bolt-on manifold you can just bolt your turbo to, or turbos. Of course, you got to have it tuned, but I think they even offer like a PCM that you can just plug up. It's already tuned. Ready to go. We're not doing that. Now, I just wanted something that, you know, a motor that had that style throttle body. Something that you can work manual. It's got a better feel, in my opinion. You know, it's just got a better... It's a better way of doing things. The drive-by-wire, you know, sometimes you got to turn the sensitivity up to the pedal to get that feel for it. But it's hard on the fuel pedal. It'll burn it up. Same thing with the, sorry, dog's playing. Same thing with the throttle body. It burns up the throttle body on them cars. Or trucks or whatever. Yeah. You can see we're out here this morning. They're already trying. We got one on one side, one on the other. That's a video. I got to get some spray. It's coming. So. But that's our part matchup. And let's just brag on these guys for a second. PerformanceAdapters.com. Great customer service. I called. I placed an order. Oh, yeah, you know. Kind of just... he's a humble, modest guy, let's be honest. I'll try. That's more than trying, brother. I appreciate you. I got to make it fit here and make it fit the bell head. Not a big deal, you know. I'm sure if a guy had to be so perfect, it's a motor swap. You're going to have to make things work, and this is part of making it work. And I'm bragging on those guys.